Staying in Springfield, a traffic stop leading to serious charges for the driver after police found a loaded gun on him. Last Friday, police saw a car with a suspended registration at a gas station on Main Street. Officers identified the driver as 45-year-old Nemlon Adams of Manchester, Connecticut. Now, Springfield police say they told Adams the car would be towed for being unregistered and began to search it. That's when officers found an illegal loaded gun under the driver's seat mat. Adams, who was previously convicted in connection to a murder in Connecticut back in 2000, was arrested. He's now facing several gun-related charges.